Hello, everyone. Today's topic that I'm going to talk about is social media usage within childcare programs, school programs, after school programs, any program that really has children and families. So, when I was part of administration, our policy with social media was that you could not become friends, Facebook friends, follow each other on Twitter, that kind of thing, any of those kind of social media platforms with a parent that you met through the center. So let's say, for instance, that you already knew the parent before, you were already friends socially and friends on social media, then that was fine. But that you could not give somebody your social media name, profile, that kind of information, and then either follow them or have them follow you or communicate that way through social media. The purpose behind that was is that we really wanted to show that they were professionals, that we have a work relationship that's separate than our private relationship, that kind of thing. That also tied into the same program where I was, that you were not allowed to babysit children outside of the program. So again, if you knew this parent or this family before they enrolled in the program, then you could keep that relationship. But let's say that I met Jane and her family at the program, then I could not babysit their children outside of that program. I was an administrator at another program that was a little bit similar, except you could not be friends or follow each other on social media if that child was in your classroom. So, and this was also what happened for my children at elementary school with their teachers, is that once my son or my daughter left the teacher's classroom, then we could become Facebook friends. But we were not allowed to become Facebook friends while my child was still in their classroom. And same thing with babysitting or, watching them outside of the classroom or even being friends with the parents outside of the classroom. So that's just something to consider is your policies. You just need to be very clear and consistent on it. You do want to kind of think about, well, what's going to happen? There's going to be parents that come into a program that already knows a provider. Maybe that's how the parent found out about your program, is because they know somebody who works there. And so they know, hey, they offer great resources, lots of good information. And so that's why that parent chooses to go there for, the advocacy that's available or for the education program that's available, because they know how great of a program it is because of a friend. So you can't necessarily expect them to cut all ties, but you can have some regulations in place. But it's really important that you're consistent, that everybody's aware of it. So in the programs where I worked, it was in the parent handbook and it was also in the employee handbook. So there was that understanding from both parties on what was expected. Another thing that we did not allow is the programs had Facebook pages or social media pages, but teachers did not post to that themselves. One of the administrators did. So pictures would be sent to us and then we would post that information. And so we did ask that no personal information of the children, no pictures of the children, anything like that was ever posted on a teacher's personal Facebook page or social media page. That can be a little different because, again, in elementary school where my kids went, there was a teacher who did have a Twitter account that was about everything that was done in her class. And so parents had to sign off knowing that this was her, where her Twitter stuff was, this is how you can follow her, and that there would be pictures put there. But again, it was very clear. Parents signed off on it. The principal had agreed with it, that kind of thing. So no matter what you decide to do for your social media policies, you just need to be clear. You need to be consistent. And you have to understand that depending on where you are, especially in smaller areas, people might already have relationships with each other. So if we're already friends, to say that we can no longer be friends might not be the most viable thing to actually enforce. And so you don't want to put yourself in that kind of sticky situation. If you have any other questions, just send them in. Thanks. Bye-bye.